Good afternoon, my bubble friends! I'm popping up here real quick in the beginning of this video just to remind you that this is a part 2. Please watch part 1 up here before watching this video if you haven't seen part 1 already. Okay, thank you, bye! Please enjoy!
Look who's coming!
Hello!
Look who's coming!
This is another one of my characters.
Yeah.
His name is Quill.
No way.
No way.
No way.
You don't say.
We gave that away. We gave that away.
Give that away. This boy, he is pretty much my writer side.
He's doing the thinking emoji.
He is. He's pretty much my writer side.
The creativity of this guy was...
Oh my god, don't even get me started on that.
He was a bright mind.
He was actually writing a book when I created him.
As you can tell
Yeah.
by the eye bags.
Of course. But this boy has gone through so many issues.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
This guy's got a story.
He does.
Not only literally, but figuratively.
Talking about his connections with my characters, actually, Dan, my previous character that I showed, he was traveling because he was just doing his trips around the Pokemon world, and he met Quill in Unova, and they got really close. A detail that I have to mention: Dan's voice is kind of like mine, just a little bit more masculine. But Quill's voice is way down there.
Is as deep as Laury can go.
Yeah. Actually, if I try, I think I can go further.
Oh boy.
But I'm
even further beyond!
plus ultra! He would basically learn because he's also like a newspaper interviewer person.
That was like a side job kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he needed to make money.
Yes.
Writing books isn't really money making.
AKA starving artist.
The company asked him to go interview the PokéCity team.
And
That's how everyone met.
yeah, that's how they get acquainted in the story.
Yeah, and then he would meet them and they would be like, no way, you here? No, you here?
The Spider-Man meme.
Yes. But yeah, I love this baby boy, and he's going through some deep stuff.
Yeah, he is. But there's an important detail we're missing. May I deliver the final blow?
Yes.
Remember when I told you that Ani was adopted because she didn't meet her birth family? Quill is her lost brother. Like her actual birth brother.
Getting into that is just that their family's bullshit. Their family is just not good.
Yeah, they're not good in the slightest. Taking it very lightly, they were horrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were very horrible, and they straight up abandoned Ani as an egg. And Quill, as a little kid, seeing that happen, he couldn't let that happen. And when Ani disappeared from his sight, he spends a really long time searching for her.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, he finds her in a PokéCity team, but they don't recognize each other right away. Because then again, he never really saw Ani as an Emolga. He saw her as an egg. And the whole arc of how they find out that they're actually siblings is really sweet and also very, very heartbreaking because a lot of horrible things are happening in this arc. But we can't get too much into it.
Yeah.
So, let's move on to the next.
Yes.
This is another one of my favorites.
I love her. There's no way someone could hate her.
Yes. Okay, this is Monica. Monica is a sweet little baby. She is very energetic, She's very talkative. She loves info dumping her friends. But she also works as a mail bat. That's also how she meets the Poké citizens. Because Jonathan is the first one to meet her. Because she delivers his acceptance letter to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's how they meet. But that's the cool thing about her. In the beninging, she didn't seem like an important character. She just seemed like a bat who was delivering some mail.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, she becomes a really important asset to the story later on, and that's just a cool thing to look back and see that she was there all along. Now something interesting about Monica. I wrote Monica as an autistic person, and getting to learn about the spectrum and the whole different aspects of it was really interesting. And when I was starting this, I wasn't confident of making that because I was really scared of misrepresenting this community. But now that I had a lot of time to study about it, I'm very confident about it. And I asked a lot of people in the spectrum to make sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong or offensive. And I think I got to a point where I really like how she turned out. So this is Monica. She is a very sweet girl.
Yeah.
She has she is a bookworm like Ani. She likes books a lot. And it was one of the reasons she wanted to become a mail bat as her part-time job, because she wants to become a doctor in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wants to become a doctor, and she's studying really hard about it because she's fascinated with biology. She loves biology. Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? Where'd it go? Where did that
cut my joke? She's one of my beloveds. I love how fluffy she is. She's
so cute. I wanna hug her.
She deserves
lots
of hugs. Yes. But yeah, moving on.
Oh God.
Moving on to Luca, the Lucario.
I am sorry. I simp so hard for her.
Simp. I know, I'm very creative with names. Her name is Luca, and she's a Lucario.
Ha 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 ha.
Luca. She was a very mysterious character right at the point that she appeared. Woo!
Spooky,
scary skeleton. There's a quirk about her. She looks like a normal Lucario, like this, but she is actually smaller than all of the Poké citizens.
Yeah.
She's very small. She's like half Jonathan's size.
Teeny tiny.
She's teeny tiny, but that's for a reason. She's part of a secret organization. In her part of her training, she entered a machine that made her really small, but it also boosted her speed and her attack. So she's very, very fast and very, very strong. But she was also trained to be very stealthy and be able to stay very still. So she entered PokéCity as a spy in the form of a little doll.
Oh yeah!
And everyone thought she was a doll because she was so small and she obviously didn't move. But Jonathan became very obsessed with this doll. He loved it so much. He's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool! It's a little Lucario, that's awesome! We should give her something, like as a little accessory. And they gave her a bell. For someone that has to be stealthy and undercover, a bell was the worst possible thing that could ever happen to Luca. And that is eventually what gives her away. Because in the dark of the night, in the light of the day, in the dark of the night, they hear the bell move.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. And then they find out that she is a secret agent that was here to investigate, but she was found out. She eventually became a friend of the group.
Like, oh well, better stay here.
Yeah, better stay here. I was found out anyway, and I have this bell stuck to me. There's a lot more to this story, of course, but
we can't get into it right now.
Eventually, she becomes part of the friend group because they found out about her. But yeah, her story is very complex and very interesting. I had a whole separate Word document with her backstory entirely written on it
I remember reading it.
I still have it.
I know.
It was how many pages long?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but it was really long.
It was.
But yeah, moving on to the next little baby.
Moving on to the baby. Literal baby.
Yeah, this one is a literal baby. Even though she's a Pikachu, this little baby called Isa, or Isabella, we called her Isa. Isa is Carlos's little sister. Is she 5? I think she was 5.
I think she was 5.
Yeah, she was 5. And she's very adorable. And she looks up to Carlos so much.
Oh yeah.
She wants to be just like her big bro when she grows up. But as you can tell from her blue eyes, I planned on her becoming in the future when she evolves. I wanted her to become a Alolan Raichu. I didn't plan that back when the story was being made, obviously, because Alolan Raichu didn't exist.
Yes.
But once it was released, my instant thought was, this is perfect for Isa when she grows up. This is just Isa. It's perfect. Isa, she's very curious. She basically existed in the show to be adorable.
Yes.
But she was very willing to learn. She was very inquisitive about things. And every time someone had something to teach her, she would pay really close attention. Just like her face is showing.
Yes. She's also really close to Dan.
She is.
As they all almost live together because they're like best friends.
Dan and Carlos never separated for anything when they were younger. It's a different story because of the show, because he moved away to be with the team. But back when they lived together, like together in the same city,
yeah,
Dan and Carlos were 2 peas in a pod. They barely were separated, so Dan became pretty much family to Isa as well. Which, speaking of family,
hello.
This is Tobias. And little Tobias is Annie's adoptive brother. But since they grew up together, she just completely disregards the adoptive part. This is her brother.
Yes.
It's her brother, and she loves him, and they did all sorts of hijinks as little wild Pokemon in the forest together. And it's a very sweet story. Tobias, he is very similar to Annie when it comes to his personality, but he's more confident than her.
Yes.
He lacks her insecurities. He does have insecurities, but Annie's are much stronger.
Yes.
Sorry to say. Tobias was usually the one to call her to hey, let's go exploring. Let's look for a treasure. Let's find Pokemon to battle. And Annie's like, I'm not sure. I don't think we should. But eventually,
she was afraid.
Yeah, but eventually she'd give in because her brother always made her feel safe. And so Herd, even though he always brought her to these adventures, he was always sure to let her know that he would always be there if she needed him. And that's very sweet.
Yep.
He is also the one to most venture into the cities. He is the reason Annie became such a bookworm, because if it wasn't for him, she would never even know what a book was.
Yes.
Moving on to the next character. This is a character that never really got to appear in the series, like the reboot. Because the one I did in this channel was actually a reboot. Can you imagine? Because the previous one, when I did it back as an actual kid, was just me posting stuff to YouTube. Like unscripted and not planned, just me playing with toys, practically.
Yeah.
And in that version, he did appear. But not in this one, because I was doing things more planningly? Is that a word?
I think it is.
It is now.
Yes, we made it up.
Yeah, you've seen it here. It was created here. Well, this is Vitor. He is part of the 3 leaders of the guild that PokéCity was a team of. So this guild, the Saruto family, it used to have a lot of different teams, and PokéCity happened to be one of those. His personality, Vitor is one of the more energetic of the leaders. They're siblings, by the way, but that'll be apparent as the next characters show up. He was more of he's kind of like the jokester uncle of the 3. He's very easygoing, if things don't go as he plans, you're like, it's okay. We can work through it. We've got this. It's fine.
We got this. We got this.
We got this.
We got this.
We got this together.
I don't remember the song.
It's from the MLP movie.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's just move on to the next character. It'll make more sense.
Yes.
Does this remind you of anybody?
Take a wild guess.
Take a wild guess. Come on. I'll wait. This is Lollo the Vaporeon. If you knew me back on my DeviantArt days, she was the main character, quote-unquote, of my DeviantArt, and that was why my DeviantArt was named Lollo the Vaporeon. Once I moved on to make my own story outside of Pokemon was when I adopted the name Lollo the Choco, by the way. But Lollo here, she is one of the leaders of the guild, and Vitor is her younger brother. One of her younger brothers, in fact,
yeah.
She's the oldest. But yeah, Lollo as a character, she's kind of different from me. She's a whole other version of me. She's very motherly because she had to learn to care for her two younger brothers from a very young age. So she had to develop this kind of instinct to care for people who are younger and need her. And even though they don't have that big of an age gap, because she was the oldest of the three, she had to manage. And when they built this guild together, that became one of the goals of the guild, to be a welcoming place where Pokemon can feel like they're part of a family. And that's why the guild is called the Sarate family, because these three evolutions, the third one is going to show up next.
Yeah, you're gonna see it.
Yeah. These three evolutions are part of the Sarate family. By the way, Sarate is a word I completely made up. It doesn't mean anything.
It sounds nice.
In fact, I remember back in the day, I created this word by mushing together my last name with Vitor's last name and the next Eevee's last name, because these two were friends of mine back in the day. I mushed our last names together and Sarate is what came out. And I just kept it.
That's really creative.
You didn't know that?
No.
Really?
You never told me that.
It's a secret piece of trivia.
I'm your best friend.
Oh, don't do this to me.
No, I'm not. Don't worry.
Don't do it to me. Moving on to the final one of the three Eevees, the three evolutions. This is Gabriel. So Gabriel, I'm gonna put it bluntly. He's the edgy guy.
Oh yeah.
Of the three. He's the edgy one.
Like, I mean it. He's an Umbreon.
He's an Umbreon. It's kind of his job to be edgy. His character was kind of like, he tries to be the stern, the responsible one, but deep down, he's very soft.
He is.
He's very soft, and he cares a lot, especially for the younger ones. The younger, the bigger his need to protect and be there for them, to teach them and just protect them. Also kind of goes hand in hand with the fact that he's the middle brother. So even though he has Lollo as his big sister to take care of him, he still has Vitor as his little brother to take care of too. So he kind of also developed this fatherly instinct in a way, but not as much as his big sister. And as you can see, he's a very fluffy Umbreon.
Yes.
This is because ever since the three Sarate leaders were Eevees, they planned on evolving into the three original evolutions, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. But last minute, he decided he didn't want to be a Flareon. And so, their evolutions happening at night, with him being loyal to himself and his wishes, to not be quiet about it, and evolving to something he actually wants, he evolved into an Umbreon by refusing a Firestone. And so, even though he didn't evolve into a Flareon, he maintained some of the fluffiness. And that's the story of the three leaders. Now, we're going to move on to the three final ones of the bunch. of the Revisit tribute. And these are the... How do we put it, Laury?
The mean girls.
The mean girls. These are the problem characters.
Yeah.
This one in particular, sheesh. Where do we start? I guess we should start with her name, right?
Yeah.
This is Bruna. She's a mischievous. Is that how you pronounce it? Mischievous? Mischievous? Smash. Bruna is Carlos's ex. And that is the very bad breakup he went through. Let's just say that when he broke up with her, she didn't take it very well. And he kind of took the short end of the stick. She made sure to make him regret breaking up with her. And,
oh boy.
Yeah, she was...
How?
She was an awful, awful person.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on
that. I'm pretty sure we can't get started on the things she did to him. But she made him go through a lot.
A lot.
It became very traumatic for Carlos. It's things that he can't let go of. She did something in a fit of anger. And Carlos will never forgive her for it.
How can he?
Yeah, he couldn't. And it's just... Yeah, this relationship ended badly. And I decided to add her to the tribute anyway, because even though she was an awful person, she was very important to the plot.
Yeah.
Carlos is who he is today because of her, in a way or another. Because she made a lasting impression of him, even if that impression wasn't exactly good. But yeah, you live and you learn.
Yep.
And, well, the happy ending about this is that Carlos in the end got a very stable, healthy relationship with Ani.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's what we should focus on, right? Well, we talk about the next mean girl. It's your time to shine again, Laury.
So let's go. This little Minchino is Naomi.
Naomi.
She's actually a big part of Quill's story.
And don't let that cute little face deceive you.
Yeah, they were actually, like, Quill and Naomi were the best of friends. They were really close. She helped him a lot with the book he was writing, and she tried to help him with his mental health issues and everything. In comparison to Bruna, she's way better.
Yeah, in comparison to Bruna, Naomi is an angel.
Yes!
Because Quill and Naomi also got into a relationship, didn't they?
They did.
Eventually, right?
Yes, because Quill realized that the way that he was getting close to her kinda got him into having feelings. But like that's a really honest part about Naomi.
The truest part of her character is that she actually really loved Quill.
Yeah, she did.
But the thing about Naomi is that she's not a bad person as herself, but she was just dragged into the dark side of the Force.
Yes.
Should we?
Yeah.
Should we get into the next and final character of the show?
I don't really like her, even though I created her. This Sneasel is named Victoria. Vic and Bruna are besties. And they're both trash.
They're both trash.
And the thing is, Naomi was dragged into the evil because of Vic.
Yeah.
But Vic and Bruna got together as friends. Because of how bad they were, they understood each other.
Oh my gosh, you're so evil! We should be besties!
Oh yeah, let's do it!
The biggest difference between these two is that Bruna was evil because she got carried away with her anger issues.
Yes.
But Vic was evil because she was very manipulative. She knew what she was doing.
She does know everything that she's doing. She plans everything. And let's just make something really clear here. She is Dan's ex.
When it comes to being manipulative, when she looks at Amanda and says, huh, weak.
Yes, oh my god.
The level of manipulative competitiveness that Amanda ever had will never even get to compare to how awful Vic was to Dan and to Naomi and to Quill and to pretty much everybody in the story.
She was also a really big popular kid in school.
Yeah, it's always the popular girls.
It's always the popular girls. And she also becomes a problem for Dan in the future. Because when the friends meet again, when eventually it happens, because it was supposed to happen.
It was planned.
It was planned.
We planned ahead a lot.
Yes, we kind of planned ahead the end.
We did. We had a whole finale ready.
We did. But she would come back and just be annoying.
Yeah, she would make everyone's lives just miserable.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk more about her.
She's the worst. She's just the worst.
She's the worst.
You created the most evil character in the entire show.
I think, to be honest, she reminds me a lot of me in the past somehow.
That's understandable.
She is like who I was in the past, but intensified.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to put this act that I was strong, that I was confident, that I was a bee.
A bee.
A bee. I made Vic to be evil when I realized that this act was unhealthy. And then I grew as a person.
Yes, character development.
I'm a better Toucan.
But that's the thing, though. That's something I tell. That's something I like to tell people about this show. All this time and effort we spent on this story. I love saying that. Just a segue here from you saying that Vic was kind of an inspiration from yourself. Every single one of the main 6 of the Poké citizens, Andrew, Amanda, Ani, Carlos, Mateos, and Jonathan, they're all a part of me in a way. I made them to be a representation of a small part of me. This is a very long video and a very long audio that I'm going to have to edit.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. I think it's gone on for long enough.
Yes.
We're tired. Yeah. We're gonna go take a break and drink some tea.
A lot of tea.
So you have a lovely day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying until the end if you have. I appreciate that a lot.
We appreciate that a lot.
Laury also appreciates that a lot. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm Lolo the Choco.
And I'm Laurentia the Toucan.
And we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.